From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is the Weather Classroom.
Well, during the winter months and even sometimes during the spring as well, can't forget about the fall either, is we have what's called black ice that ends up forming across the area. Now, what exactly is that? Well, first off, you have a roadway here with the black asphalt, and that roadway is at or below 32 degrees. And then what happens is ice ends up forming on this roadway. Well, the ice is transparent, so you're not going to be able to see it. That's why we get the term black ice. You can't see it because it is on a black surface and that ice is transparent. So that is what is called black ice. But how exactly does it form? Well, the first formation that is possible is you have snow that falls, and then during the day, the sun comes out and it heats that black surface up and it melts the snow. And if there's not a lot of wind or dry air around, that water on the roadway, by the time it gets to the night, things fall back down below freezing. That ice is going to end up forming on that roadway. So that's why, especially during if we have a winter storm or even just a little bit of snow across the area, that's what we talk about. If there's melting during the day, there's a chance of refreezing at night. That is exactly what this entails when it comes to that scenario. The other scenario a lot of you are familiar with is freezing rain. So you have rain that is falling through the atmosphere. That atmosphere is above 32 degrees. So that's allowing that liquid rain to fall down. Well, that surface down here is below freezing. So once it makes contact, boom, there you go. You got freezing rain that is transitioned now into ice on a roadway, and now you got black ice. And the other interesting thing, that I think this is probably the most interesting of them, is fog. And sometimes you'll have what's called freezing fog, and that is where the fog itself is in an environment where it is below 32 degrees. Those water droplets that are in the fog are what we call supercooled. They're actually below freezing, but they have nothing to get in contact with. They're just kind of floating around there, and so they have nothing to freeze upon contact. So they're actually little water droplets that are water, liquid, below 32 degrees. But then if it moves over a roadway, well, that's something that it can latch onto, and once it does, it immediately freezes, and now you've got ice to form on that roadway. And that could be, again, in the form of just fog, that is temperatures that are above 32 degrees, but the roadway is cold, so it will freeze on contact, or you got freezing fog with those supercooled water droplets, and then they freeze on contact immediately once temperatures on the roadways are below 32 degrees. So that's a look at how black ice is formed across the area. And we see this a lot of the times during the winter months, especially when we have melting and refreezing. You'll get that ice that ends up being on the roadway and you cannot see it.